UFC China wrapped up / UFC Macau wrapped up this morning actually with the main event of Song Yadong versus Deiveson Figueiredo, and I was actually right on my prediction. I predicted Song Yadong to win by unanimous decision, but he won by second round submission. And I'm going to talk about that fight, but there is other fights on this card that were pretty good. I'm going to talk about the actual big name fighters. Every other fight was all right, but starting off with Kai Asakura versus Cameron Smotherman. So Cameron Smotherman is this mini Jamal Hill, basically a Jamal Hill and bantamweight division. They look exactly alike, and I'm not even just saying because they're both black and in the same like figure, but like they're twins. But Kai Asakura fucking slimes him out in the first round, and Kai Asakura, this is him moving up to bantamweight. So he got his opportunity in flyweight in the UFC against fucking what's it called, Pantoja in his debut. He got a title fight in his debut. I completely forgot about that. And then he got beat by Tim Elliott. But this is a very big step down in Cameron Smotherman. So Cameron Smotherman, he beat Nathaniel Wood, didn't he? So what does that say about Nathaniel Wood, man? Because sometimes I like to think that Nathaniel Wood's pretty good. He has a lot of close fights with a lot of prospects and good fighters. Ends up losing them always, really. But he beat Cameron. Who the fuck did he beat? I think he beat Nathaniel Wood or some. It was some guy like that from New England. Or not New England, from England. But Kai Sakura slimes him out in the first round and has a vintage Kai Sakura performance like he would at Ryzen. That's where he was around. Yeah, Ryzen and then one champion. No, one champion. Yeah, Ryzen and one championship. Yeah, that's when he would fight. And then, or whatever. Next up, Sergey Pavlovich versus Taliesin Teixeira. So this is a classic KO from Sergey Pavlovich in about 40 seconds. Let me see. Yes, literally 40 seconds. Taliesin Teixeira doesn't land a single strike on Sergey Pavlovich. He goes 0 for 4. And then Pavlovich just slimes him out with 10 out of 13 total strikes, 7 out of 9 significant strikes, and just kills Taliesin Teixeira in the first round. Good performance by Sergey Pavlovich. That's who I would have picked if I put that prediction. I would have picked Kai Sakura. I would have picked Sergey Pavlovich. So I would have been right on those. But next up, Zhang Ming Yang, man, versus Alonzo Menifield, man. Zhang Ming Yang. This is the second time he fights in China and gets fucking beat. So the first time around, he was a main event against Johnny Walker. So Zhang Mingyang coming into that fight, this guy kept sliming out people in the first round. Coming in, everyone's gonna pick him to beat fucking Johnny Walker by KO, especially by a funny KO, especially if we were to put a bet on it, specifically a funny KO. And he gets beat by Johnny Walker. Johnny Walker outvets him. Basically the veteran Johnny Walker, who's now moving up to heavyweight. Actually, we're gonna see some funny KOs when he moves up to heavyweight. But he beats Zhang Mingyang in I think it was a first round TKO, I believe, or some shit. Second round TKO, some shit. And then now in this fight against Alonzo Menifield, man. In 2026, Alonzo Menifield, number 15 ranked, by the way. And let me just talk about this fight. So this was really a brawl in the first round. It ended in a first round TKO. They say TKO. It was really a KO. Zhang Mingyang got a chin though. But it was a complete brawl in this fight. And fucking, just really no defense in these fucking fighters. So these are top ranked light heavyweights. And I mean, not top ranked, the bottom of the barrel ranked. But Zhang Mingyang's unranked. He got the spotlight because, he's Chinese in the co-main event and he's a bigger fighter in a light heavyweight division. And then Alonzo Menifield's number 15 ranked. And what was his last fight? Let me see here. When he fucking lost. I bet he got a KO. Or yeah. Volkan Oezdemir, he got KO'd by that. But then before, damn, what am I thinking? Yo, I'm low-key underrating Alonzo Menifield. That fight before Volkan Oezdemir, he beat Omar Sy and he beat Johnny Walker by a split decision. Or no, Julius Walker, this fucking whatever. Umar Sy though, I didn't think he was gonna win that fight. He gets a TKO against Zhang Mingyang while Zhang Mingyang is in China, and the combination that led to it, Zhang Mingyang's got a fucking chin because Alonzo Menifield landed 3 bombs in a row before he landed the 4th bomb that just, anybody who gets hit by a light heavyweight, Alonzo Menifield's a big guy. He's fucking jacked. Getting hit with a left hook like that, you're not going to really fucking eat that. Johnny Walker would have been slept by that. So Zhang Mingyang gets TKO'd in the first round and gets knocked down twice. Holy shit. TKO'd in the first round against in his home crowd of China. Sucks to be this guy, bro, because now he's really going to be bottom of the barrel, like Brunson Hibero type shit. You know what I mean? But main event, Song Yadong versus Deiveson Figueiredo. So I picked Song Yadong by unanimous decision, and that's what it was looking like in this fight. So the first round was very fucking boring. They were going tit for tat. I think about like 20 strikes each were thrown in that round. Barely were landed. They were both just trying to figure it out. I feel like this happens most of the time, man. When there's these tiny ass fighters like Song Yadong, who's small for the bantamweight division, and especially Deiveson Figueiredo, who's also small. Song Yadong was a bigger fighter in this fight, but Deiveson Figueiredo ended up getting Song Yadong down in the first round. After they were just going fucking pitter patter in the first round, just not even throwing that many significant strikes, making it real boring in the first round. And then Figueiredo, veteran in him, goes for the fucking takedown at the end of the round to secure the round, because if he didn't get that takedown, then I think Figueiredo would have still won with the leg kicks, but he got the takedown at the end of the round, got control time, and this is when you take into consideration control time, when it's just a very close round, no one's really doing nothing, and then someone gets a takedown and controls someone for literally 35 seconds of the last round. And then the second round starts, and they're doing the same shit, just pitter-pattering, just boring fight. I'm like, what the fuck is happening, man? This is fucking bantamweights. It's supposed to be two exciting strikers. Same shit happened when he fought Corey Sandhagen. I think it's really just Figueiredo, but Song Yadong, he's in front of his home crowd. He wanted to, be patient out there, I guess, in this approach, but. Yeah, and they were doing the same shit, pitter patter in the second round, boring. And then Song Yadong goes for a leg kick, lands the leg kick, and then Deiveson Figueiredo immediately goes for a takedown, keeps his head on the outside, and gets guillotined. So I like to think that the guillotine doesn't fucking work in high level MMA, especially in those lower divisions like this where they can scramble and they got skill in the grappling. They're small fucking guys. They're like ants wrestling. So I like to think that they got a good IQ in that, and that they wouldn't get stuck by a guillotine, especially at the high level that they are. This was number 7 ranked versus number 5 in Song Yadong. Song Yadong number 5, Deiveson Figueiredo number 7, and you go for a takedown and you get submitted by a guillotine. Now, I'm no fucking black belt, but isn't that the first thing you fucking learn in jiu-jitsu? Not to go for a takedown with your head on the outside and get guillotined at this high level. It's not even like you guys were fucking battling out there, like fucking brawling, where this takedown, like you just forgot that you're not supposed to keep your head on the outside. You should have been focused on this fight, fucking not doing bullshit on the outside for about 7 minutes of this fight before this happened. Deiveson Figueiredo, I guess, is just, this is what I'm saying. Also, guys, so a young Figueiredo would have fought out of that, honestly. And like I was saying in my prediction, man, this guy doesn't fucking got that dog in him, and he's just not gonna fucking fight to win this fight. He's probably got paid for $150K for just to show up, and he gets stuck in the guillotine. He already does the motion like he feels like it's gonna tap, and then he grows, the testosterone in him goes up by 5%. So he fights for a couple 3 seconds, and then he taps. And then whatever. He probably just realized, I'm still gonna get $150K either way. But it was an alright performance by Song Yadong. He was really hyped after this fight, of course. In front of his Chinese crowd, and yeah, man, this whole card overall happened at 4 fucking a.m. I'm not watching this shit live. I got fucking work. Sorry, I gotta wake up at 7 a.m. man. I'm not fucking waking up at 4 a.m. to watch this bullshit. UFC China. We are going to stay up and watch UFC Freedom on a Sunday when I work on a Monday. Believe that. I really don't know what else to say about this fight. There's a good card overall, Pretty good finishes. Ray Soria comes in, dominates his fucking opponent in the first round. Cody Haddon has a nice performance with a second round TKO. Dominant performance. But yeah, mostly the fucking Asians kind of lost on this card. So what does that say about Asia? I don't know. But yeah, whatever. I don't know what I'm saying. I'll make a matchmaking video on this shit probably tomorrow. So I have nothing else to say. I'm kind of dragging this video. Done and spoken.